Hi friends, hello, hi, hey. So, your girl got up early this morning. I got up so early for me. I have night classes and I'm such a night owl because I stay up all night like editing and doing homework. So I usually don't go to bed till very late. So I wake up in like the afternoon usually. Because that's just the cycle we're in lately. Today, your friend got up at like 9:30 a.m. She shoveled her car out of about a foot of snow we have here right now. I live in upstate New York and there's a lot. Shoveled her car out of the snow and went to Ulta. Got there 5 minutes after they opened and they were already almost sold out of James Charles Morphe palettes. First of all, this is a first impressions. I am going to be doing like a more in-depth talking about everything next week, but I didn't have a video planned for today, so I was like, let's just play with it. Let's just see what happens. First of all, I just want to comment on how actually massive this is because it's like literally bigger than my entire face. It's huge. This thing is ginormous. Also, packaging 10 out of 10. I love this. I didn't realize this was going to be the picture on the actual like unicarton, and I really like it. So this is cute. I do like the whole like unleash your inner artist thing. I think that's really adorable. This is what the palette looks like. I know people were making fun of him because he didn't really do a good job of making the Charles look like Charles. It looks like Chanez. I could see it both ways. I think it looks fine. I really like the packaging actually. The black is really nice. I like this more than the Jaclyn Hill palette already because it is like the type of palette you can actually rub off and it's not going to get stains all over, and it's black, so it's a little bit more forgiving. Before we start, I feel obligated to say there is some drama that has happened with both James Charles and Morphe. There's a little bit of like unethicalness. I don't know if that's a word, but there's a little bit of like unethical behavior happening, especially within Morphe, and James Charles has just had his own sister scandals. But Morphe has also had some issues. I know their customer service is not great. I know they've had some issues with inconsistent palettes. I know there's been a lot of problems. If you're gonna buy this, it's now available at Ulta. That's where I got mine. I would recommend buying it at Ulta simply because you know you can return it. It just kind of seems a little bit like a safer option. So from my perspective, I didn't want to deal with Morphe in case anything happened. Didn't want to deal with their customer service, so I picked mine up at Ulta. So, and I'll link a couple of videos down below. I've personally made some videos on the situation, and I know other people have made really good videos on Morphe, so that's just something to think about. Personally though, I'll let you guys know right now. So this is what the palette looks like. Really cute. Like, I like it. I actually opened it and was like in the parking lot because I have no self-control, and I was like, wow, this is actually really pretty, like a lot prettier than I was anticipating. And it says the Unleash Your Inner Artist, and then it has all the shade names, which I'll probably keep here for a minute. I will say before we, well, I just dug my hand into one of the shades, so mess. I will say before we start, I personally really enjoy Morphe shadows. I like them. I know some people don't, but I do have a lot of Morphe palettes, so I kind of want to see if this is a better formula because I personally think the Jaclyn Hill palette is a better formula than their typical 35 pan shadows. I personally really like Morphe's formula. I think they're very easy to use, very beginner friendly, and I like them. This one though is pink, and they're not like my favorite. I just enjoy, like, they're fine, you know what I mean? I don't dislike them. James Charles has been claiming that this one is like 10 times better than that, so and honestly these look a lot more pigmented and nice. I feel like I'm sounding so negative right now. I really do like the palette and like James. I just like want to make sure I'm informing you guys of everything before you think about spending your coin, you know what I mean? These do look really pigmented and they do look really pretty. I am very excited, and I think we're just gonna get right into it. I think I'm gonna mostly play with the rainbow section today, and then I'll work on these shades up here, but I feel like everyone was really excited to see how these shades perform. So that's what I'm gonna do first. And then next week I'll be able to tell you how like the neutrals perform as well. I do hate that Morphe doesn't put names underneath. I know this is a small thing, but I wish they would like do more than this, because the names in this, I was reading them and the names are actually really cute, and they're like really appropriate for James. Like this one is like Pinkity Drinkity. Like they're cute names, and I wish you could see them more. I might like tape it, but all right. So I am gonna dip into the shade. This is the shade Canvas. This shade right here, and I'm just gonna set this all over my eyes to set my eyes in place. Not super powdery, which I love. You guys want me to zoom you in? I feel like I could zoom you in a little bit. Hi. I can't really claim that this is gonna be like a tutorial because I honestly don't really know what I'm doing. It's just kind of like playing around, hoping that this all looks good. So we're just gonna try our best. I think I am gonna go in. I'm trying to decide. Okay, this is what I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to determine if I should do like a light, like a pink and purple look, or if I should do like a blue-green look. I don't love greens, but I'm willing to try. Or if I should do like a rainbow look. That's what I'm trying to decide right at this moment. I feel like everybody is doing rainbow looks because it's a rainbow, like, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll do one like red, pink, and purple, and I'll do this one like blue, green. Would that be cute if I did one eye different? I've never done that before. Well, let's try it. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the shade Pinkity Drinkity, which is this shade right here. This is gonna be our pink and purple eye. Man, I'm so excited. Let's do something fun. It's a first impressions. If it's bad, I've never claimed to be good at makeup, so. I know James in his video went through and talked about how some shadows are gonna perform better certain ways or are meant for certain things. This one is a really, really light transition shade, but I'm not like hating it. I'm not mad about it. All right, let's go into this hot pink shade. Do you guys need the names? Do I have to keep doing this? Let's go into this hot pink shade right here. That is the shade Skip. And I'm gonna really make this like, I want it to be bright. Ooh, okay, pigment. So that's always good. I know he said a lot of the brighter colors are best applied with a tapping motion, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Not like groundbreaking, but let's give it another layer because sometimes you have to layer these. I think ooh, that's really pretty. I think he mentioned in his video, if I'm remembering correctly, that he wanted these shades to be easy to use and like buildable for people, so you didn't have to have the most intense pigment if you didn't want it right off the bat. Yeah, this is building up really beautifully, and I'm doing like a tapping motion. Probably gonna do like a tapping blending later thing, just because I remember him saying that's how he preferred to use it. I actually think it's really cool of him to say when the palette isn't gonna perform like the most perfect you've ever seen. I'm going back into Pinkity Drinkity and just lightening up this part especially. I think that was really cool of him. I'm gonna next go into this shade right here, this like maroon shade right next to Pinkity Drinkity. I appreciate when people tell you exactly what you can actually expect from a palette instead of trying to be like, everything is hyper pigmented and amazing and like it's gonna blend, and he's kind of like been honest about the purpose behind something, and that could all be BS and he could have just said that. So like if the palette was not good, we could be like, well, he said, but I don't know. This shade is building really, really beautifully on top of the hot pink shade, this like maroony shade. That's pretty cute. I'm not mad at that. Let's go into this lighter purple, and I'm gonna kind of put that in the middle of my eye. Here's my thing. I like James Charles. Like, I'm a subscriber. I wouldn't say I'm a sister, but I'm a subscriber and I enjoy his content. I think he is a very creative kid and I think he's really good at doing his makeup. I think his video ideas are incredibly good. Like, he's so talented with especially his like, these are blending from what I can tell. These are layering on each other and blending really, really nicely. I am gonna go into this deeper purple shade right here. I'm gonna pop that on the outer corner. So I like James, but I think he sometimes turns people off. And this is the problem, is like, I don't want to crap talk him because I don't think he's a bad person. I just think he's young. And I think sometimes when you're young and you're so successful, because he really has been incredibly, incredibly successful. And I think part of it's luck, but I also think part of it is he does work really hard, because there are other kids his age in this industry that are not doing what he's doing. They're just kind of letting the fame right. Like, he obviously wants this to be like a career, like a long-term career. But I think I'm gonna just pop this like super glittery purple shade right here. This I know was like a pressed glitter or something. I cut my crease and then do that. But I think he sometimes can turn some people off because he knows how successful he is and he knows how impressive that is at such a young age. But I think sometimes his age is a disadvantage to him because he has that weird thing about, like, it's so strange to me because it's a hard like place to draw a line, because in a way yes, he should be very proud of his success. He should be, you know, happy with his accomplishments and all of that. Girl, this cut crease is struggling. But I also think sometimes he can get a little too like big for his britches. Like, you know what I mean? He just sometimes says things and does things. Like the Netflix thing is a perfect example. He's kind of thinking he deserves maybe more than he does. It doesn't make me hate him. He's a young kid. Any young kid who achieves that amount of success, because he's what, at 10 million subscribers. He has this palette now. Like, he's getting really big. So I get it. I'm gonna use this like shimmery purple. I'm gonna use my finger to apply it because I'm pretty sure that's how he said would be the best way. That's not the best way. This is a metallic. So that was my mistake. So I'm gonna take this just like flat brush and spray it a couple times. And then this is the first shade I've used, this metallic, that I'm not loving how that's applying at all. It's very crumbly and crusty. Maybe I'll use a different brush. It's super, super crumbly. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see on my eye how it's all balling up and crumbling up. And it's even in the pan, it's really crumbling. It's getting real messy real quick. Actually, I'm gonna try to fix it, but it's also getting really bad fallout. This shade is not my favorite. Now I kind of want to test some of the other shimmer shades. Oh, it's like falling in my eye and hurting my eye. Okay. Yeah, that shade, not impressed. It's really emphasizing the texture of my eye, and it's also just not giving me a very metallic look. I'm not loving that one. I'm gonna go back in with that deep purple shade and really deepen up this outer corner. Man, that's disappointing because that purple metallic shade was like, I thought was going to be my favorite shade in the whole palette because I think it's really beautiful. So far, the mattes are performing beautifully, like so pretty. I'm gonna go back in and mix these two like pink shades. Just go over the top to kind of brighten everything up. But the mattes are performing, I mean, they're beautiful. They're blending gorgeously. I really like them. That shimmer shade was a letdown, but it still looks cute. Like, I would wear this out. I don't really know what to do about that shimmer because it is not as bright as I really want it to be. Maybe I'll take one of the lighter pinks from up here, one of these two shimmers. Maybe I'll try this pink, this more salmony pink. I don't know if this is a mistake what I'm about to do, but I might as well try. I actually think I'm going to go on with this lighter pink shade and put it over top to try to intensify it a little. Okay, this one is pretty. Maybe because I used a wet brush, it got all crumbly. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm wondering if I hadn't used, because I'm using a dry brush right now, and this shimmer is applying really, really well. That at least like brightened it up a little bit. All right, I'm pleased with how this looks so far. Shades and this purple shade under my inner corner, and then we'll do the blue-green eye. So this is already dirty, but I think I'm gonna start, I think I'm gonna do kind of what I did here where I did like pink to purple. I think I'm gonna do like green to blue. I think I'm gonna start with this green right here. So I'm gonna dip into that green shade, that light green. It's like a lime green. I think when applying these really colorful shades, patting is the way to go. Especially if you can get like kind of an uncomfortable brush. I'm hoping these mattes build and blend on top of each other as good as this pink side did, because that pink side, those mattes, actually, I was really surprised. Definitely better than the typical Morphe shadows, like definitely better. Let's go into this darker green shade. You might throw this yellow in first. I'm actually gonna go in with that yellow, that out here. This is blending on top of each other nicely. I'm gonna take that dark Hunter Forest green, and that green was stunning. This green is really pretty. I don't work well with green eyeshadow because I'm bad at it. This is turning out really, really quite nice right now. All right, I am gonna go into this darker blue color and try to, I mean, that's blending beautifully. I'm high-key impressed with the mattes right now. Like, this looks like a gusher. It's really pretty. I'm very impressed with the way the mattes blend together. Especially sometimes with color, it can be a little bit tricky. Blending really well. I think I'm gonna add a lighter blue as well. And I'm gonna go in with this shade. Try and just bridge this gap with a lighter shade. Wow. Blend really nice. I'm gonna try to blend this out. Let's cut this crease as well. Okay, so we crappily cut that crease. And I'm gonna go in with a dry brush. That seemed to work well for that shimmer shade. And cool to do like a dark blue. I think I'm gonna take this dark blue shimmer and try and use that. Oh, that was so pigmented. Oh, there is some metallic in there too. It's a pretty shade. This is like worlds better than that purple. So much better than that purple. So I think a dry brush is definitely the way to go, because that just applied beautifully. Not crumbly or anything. Really, really nice. I'm gonna go back into that dark blue color right here and just deepen up this because it's kind of muddying together. We lost some of that blue. I'm really packing on pigment. And now I think I am gonna put a little bit of shimmer on top of it so it kind of matches the shimmeriness. I'm going to take this little white shimmer shade up here and just pat that on top of the blue. Alright, I'm going to do oh, I gotta do the lower lash line. That's why it looks weird. I was like, why does this look so weird? I didn't do the lower lash line. So this is what we're working with thus far. I'm a little frustrated with how I am not able to have that dark blue color like stick where I want it to stick. It's making the blend not look as precise almost. But I'm gonna throw on some eyeliner. I'm gonna throw on some mascara because that always kind of ties things together. And then we will do some final thoughts on the James Charles palette. I decided to play with some fun little highlighters too. I haven't played with my fun highlights in a while. So I'm gonna take my Dream Glow Kit and probably use these like pink shades on the pink side, and then I'm gonna use the green shades in my Aurora on the green side. I know, I'm a visionary. Okay friends, so we've done like the green and the blues, the pink and the purples. We've played with a lot of this colorful side of the palette. I think the only shades we didn't use were the matte shimmers, so some of these like green and blue shimmers, but for the most part we used pretty much the entirety of this row. Here are my thoughts. I think, first impressions, I think this palette is beautiful. I think the mattes blend so seamlessly and stunning. They're amazing. And that's just the colorful ones, and I feel like colorful ones are harder. So I can only imagine that these neutral shades are going to perform really nicely too. I didn't even touch like the big pans yet, like this black and everything. Let's swatch the black really quick because I know there was some controversy about this. I mean, it's not bad. But yeah, so far I enjoyed this a lot. I had a lot of fun playing with it. I felt like I was unleashing my inner artist. It's really good. I would, you know, I don't want to say like run out and buy it. I would wait for more long-term reviews. Like when I'm able to play with this for the next week, I'll be able to give you guys more informed opinion. But my first impressions is that the colorful shades blend absolutely beautifully. They build so well. I'm not like the most creative, best at my makeup person, and I feel like these looks came out really, really nice for me. Even the greens and the blues, which are typically not my favorite, I actually think this is my favorite eye. Like, it built and blended so seamlessly. It was really easy to create. Took me an hour, but that's just because I was being meticulous. But I think this is great. I do think it is like a large scale version of some palettes that you already might have. So for instance, when I first saw this, it really reminded me of the Life's a Drag palette, just in the sense that it has like the colorful and then the neutral. So if you already have that, you might not need it. If you already have like the Morphe 35B, the one that this was like on, I would say just keep that. You don't really need this. But I think if you're looking for something fun and also really wearable and nice, I would suggest this. I actually am thoroughly impressed. I was ready for it to be like, oh, it's just hype because it's, you know, James Charles, but it's beautiful. I mean, the shades look so good. Yeah, I was really impressed with this. I really like it. I feel like this is going to be a go-to for a while because it's really good. I do enjoy it. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of this palette. I'm interested to see next week how I feel when I've played with all the shades a little bit more. But as of right now, I think the colorful shades are just they're amazing. I really enjoy them. All right, friends, that's going to be my video for today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're watching me. Thank you. I hope you guys like this little Friday video. Tomorrow we're going to have a fun little get ready with me, just talking and chit-chatting about some stuff. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!